November 1st marks the start of National Native American Heritage Month. Wabanaki Health and Wellness and Wabanaki Youth and Cultural Center held a welcoming ceremony to celebrate the start today. The ceremony began with a song, which was followed by a walk to the Penobscot River. Tonight's event was the beginning of a month-long series of events. Each event is designed to celebrate the Native community's presence and impact on the area.
Native American Heritage Month is a nationally recognized month-long celebration of the Native American culture. And in our area, we have the Wabanaki, which consists of 4 different tribes. And so we're highlighting the Wabanaki culture. We really want an opportunity to highlight and celebrate the culture that is today and not just look at it as something that is in the past.
For a full calendar of events, you can go to wabanakihw.org.